Okay, it's blue, so I think we're recording.
Hello and welcome to our very first episode of Only Books in the Building. I'm your host, Emma Nichols, and with me today is our wonderful sponsor, Mrs. Milinski. In today's episode, we will cover the basis of the podcast so our listeners know what they're getting themselves into. We have had many great ideas and have appreciated all the support and enthusiasm we have received. And I really want this podcast to be something for book lovers of Mattia to enjoy because I know high school students, because me personally, I have a very busy schedule. Almost every day of the week I have something going on. So I want this to be something that high school students who love reading and would love to be a part of something like book club or Mattia Media or something like that, for them to listen to and enjoy, because I know high school students have very busy schedules and don't often have time for all the extracurriculars that they would want to do. They can expect episodes roughly every other week, but for our first couple episodes, I wouldn't expect it to be on a set schedule as we're just kind of getting into things, getting our team assembled, and just getting used to the software and everything like that.
Yeah, so would you, how long was an episode, do you think?
Probably roughly 20 minutes tops.
That's it, huh? That's great. So it's not a big time investment for a student.
No, it's not. So it could just be a quick listen, like if you want something to fill the space when you're doing homework or something like that. Just a quick little, like, hey, I want to tune into something. So my aunt works at a library at the high school that she teaches at, and she runs their book club and their podcast, which is a lot like what we're going to run. And so she is one of my main role models. And so when I saw what she was doing and I saw Mattia didn't have a similar thing, like we have a book club, but we don't have other book-related things. And so that made me reach out to Mrs. Milinski, and you were more than happy to help me with that.
I was. It's something that I wanted to try, and I wasn't sure how to get a group that was enthusiastic and willing and had content and all that, because we do have our Mattia Media podcast that they do for a class, but this is separate, right? This isn't part of Mattia Media?
Yeah, no, this is completely separate. So kids can join if they want to, because I know there are so many other classes that people will want to take.
Yeah, exactly. Going along with that, though, I did talk to Mr. Page and got his ideas and some of his guidance about how to get this running. So I love that we've kind of taken this on as a little side project. So
yeah, I'm so thankful for all the support we've gotten from all the other podcasts and stuff for helping us really build it.
Yeah.
Well, what would be great is if we could collab with the book club a little bit to do podcasts on what they are reading and on their chapter sections, and really just dive into that and really dissect it to see what people are thinking about when they're reading this. I know the current book right now is hashtag murder trending. And it'd be really cool, since it's a murder sort of, I don't think it's a murder mystery, it's just a murder sort of book.
Yeah.
Where there are so many different characters. From what my friends have been telling me, it's pretty good so far, and there are a lot of different characters that you have to meet. So it'd be really cool to see just people's opinions on all these different characters. My friends told me that there's some really wacky names and stuff.
There is, yeah.
So it'd just be really cool to see what people are thinking about that. But then separate from book club would be also just book related topics, like banned books. I know it's a really controversial topic. Yeah, I'd be interested to see where people stand with that. Different subjects of books, so different genres, maybe a murder mystery podcast and a romance podcast, just various popular genres that kids are really reading these days. Another thing would be, though, popular teen books, and with those we could do a lot more game style podcasts. One idea we had was one person reads the summary and other people have to guess what it is, and just
I love that idea. Yeah, because in book club, we seem to be short on time all the time for all the stuff we want to talk about. So I think this is a great natural extension of that. But I also like that we're getting kids that are involved that aren't necessarily in book club or Mattia Media, but just have an interest in being a part of it. So I think that's a great idea.
If people want to find us, they can find our podcast on Podbean and anywhere else you get your podcasts. And if they want to contact us, they can contact us through the email, onlybooksinthebuilding@gmail.com, or our Instagram, onlybooksinthebuilding.
So if you're interested in being a part of the podcast or have any questions about anything, do not be afraid to reach out to onlybooksinthebuilding@gmail.com. Our other hosts and I would be happy to answer any questions, comments, or concerns you may have. This wraps up our first episode of Only Books in the Building. Thank you so much for listening, and I cannot wait to start what will be an amazing season.